This tutorial will cover the essential steps required to know for cleaning and painting glass using a spray gun and spray booth setup. We're going to be using AVKOTE GP paint, which has been specially formulated to apply and adhere to glass surfaces. When spraying glass, it's important to ensure the glass is no less than 8 degrees Celsius. If the glass is too cold, then this can cause paint adhesion issues, so always make sure that the temperature is right before spraying. Due to the technical aspects involved with spraying, we recommend only trained paint sprayers apply AVKOTE GP paint. Just as you would with any other substrate, it's important that the surface is clean and clear of any dirt, grease, oils, or any other impurities that could impact the paint adhesion process. We're using a light box to inspect the glass before cleaning. We're looking for any imperfections or defects in the glass that could impact the finished look. These aren't always easy to spot on clear glass, but will show up much more clearly once painted, which we want to avoid. Once we're happy with the quality, we can begin the cleaning procedure. Only use AVKOTE glass cleaner, which has been specially formulated for this exact purpose. It's important to use lint-free cotton cloths throughout this process. Any other type of cloth or rag that isn't lint-free could cause potential adhesion issues during or after spraying. Apply a generous amount of AVKOTE glass cleaner either to the cloth or the glass itself and clean thoroughly. Make sure not to forget the edges of the panel as well. If necessary, use a dry lint-free cotton cloth to wipe dry afterwards. By cleaning the panel while on the light box, we can continue to inspect the glass for any scratches or marks. If your glass panel was delivered with a cellophane sheet on the side you plan to spray, you may find that once removed, this has left a residue on the glass. We would advise wiping over with some clean water first, and, if necessary, some glass polish compound to remove this residue, before drying and moving on to the cleaning procedure previously outlined. At this point, we're ready to transfer our glass panel to the spray booth. If we're spraying multiple panels at a time, we would repeat this process for each panel, moving each one to the spray booth once cleaned. It is imperative that the AVKOTE GP paint is either stirred or shaken before being mixed and poured into the spray gun. Ensure that the spray gun and booth are both correctly set up for the job. Detailed information on both spray gun and booth setup is readily available on our website, and you can also call our sales team who are able to provide further knowledge as well as answer any questions you may have concerning these key areas. Using accurate scales, we mix our AVKOTE GP paint with AVKOTE 279 hardener. Stir well and filter into our spray gun. Now we're ready to go. Since we moved the panels from the light box to the spray booth after cleaning, it's possible that we've transferred some unwanted impurities to the glass surface either from our gloves when transporting the panel, or potentially from the dust that's in the air. As a final precautionary measure, we give the panel or panels another quick clean with the AVKOTE glass cleaner. If you inspected the glass and or cleaned it in the booth in the first place, this may seem unnecessary. However, if the panels have been sat for a while as you mixed up your paint, it's possible that dust or dirt present in the air could settle on the glass and affect the finished appearance, or cause paint adhesion issues. It is better to be safe than sorry and take this extra step now to avoid more work later. Depending on the shade, most colours will require 2 to 3 coats. Flash-off times can vary depending on airflow and temperature, but with the ability to apply coats wet on wet, time between coats should be minimal. When spraying metallic colours, you may require additional coats to achieve your desired finish. We recommend starting with a lighter coverage for your first coat, followed by normal coverage thereafter. It's possible to make use of a neutral backing colour as a final coat to ensure an opaque finish. It's especially important to avoid applying metallic paint too heavy. Once we're happy with the coverage, we can carefully transfer the panel to a drying rack. The panel can be left to air dry as no baking off of the paint is required. Drying times will vary based on temperature and coverage. AVKOTE GP paint is touch dry in 10 minutes, but to fully harden, we would expect a minimum of 48 hours before looking to install, but this may be longer. Depending on your spray booth setup, it's possible that during the spraying process, some overspray made it onto the other side of your panel. This can be easily removed using the same AVKOTE glass cleaner we used earlier. However, we would advise you to wait at least 12 hours before attempting to do so to allow the other side to harden sufficiently. If you're interested in finding out more information, you can contact our friendly sales team who will be happy to assist you. Alternatively, our website is home to more information including spray gun and booth setups, our entire paint product library including the AVKOTE GP paint we use today, plus much more.